This is Halloween, this is Halloween, holy crap, let's just play Fatal Frame, big mistake. Hello everybody, this is Day the Virgin Gamer, and we interrupt this playthrough of Rule of Rose to bring you Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. Now, I was originally not going to play this game at all, because it was too freaking scary, but my plan was to have somebody play it alongside me, and that person happened to be my friend Patrick, who actually found the game boring. Now that doesn't necessarily mean he's brave, it just means that he hates watching other people play games, so that didn't work. So he volunteered to resign from actually playing the game. So a fair amount of this opening bit, about like the first hour and a half, I should say, I've already seen, but hour and a half in context of moving really, really slowly and cluelessly, at least whenever he was playing. I know how to play sort of the opening bit of this game, not really going to be that big of a problem. There's still some things that I'm unsure about, and this game requires extremely quick reaction time in order to get the bonus ghost this time around, so fortunately, we're going to have a slightly better start because I'll sort of expect some of the earlier ghosts, but even still, if Fatal Frame 2 taught me anything, this series loves to throw curveballs in ways that you never hoped or expected. So yeah. Let's get out of the options menu. Just had to make sure there were subtitles there, but I was trying to stall, you know, like an intro movie or something from playing. So let's, new game. Similar to Fatal Frame 2, you have to beat it first to unlock hard mode. I should also like to point out that of all of the Fatal Frame games, I am the most familiar with 2, followed by 3, and then 1. Haven't played Fatal Frame 1 that much, and I don't care to do that much ever again. But Fatal Frame 3, I'm not all that familiar because it is a longer game by a significant margin. And the problem with longer games is you can forget more. So there's a chance that, you know, should I continue on through with this, I'm going to forget a lot of things. And I don't even know how long I'm going to play this before returning to Rule of Rose. Maybe I'll play them in tandem. I don't know. You may get like a session of Fatal Frame, then a session of Rule of Rose. Who knows? But that's only if you're watching when they come out. Which, currently, only one person is, that I know of. I want to know how many people actually watch my shit. So yeah, hopefully whoa, that's loud! Hopefully my commentary will remain relatively similar to what it was in Fatal Frame 2, which will at least warrant decent videos. But I suppose it's only appropriate that I'm playing this on Halloween because I consider this the scariest game of all time. And that's including Amnesia, that's including... oh, screw it, I can't even think of many others that even compare. Dead guy, name is you. Some early information that will be revealed in time is what her relationship with you is. And I was about to say it, but, you know, I may as well let you find out naturally. And holy crap, is she good looking. Best looking character out of the entire series. One of the best looking characters of all time. And unfortunately followed up by Miku.
I heard this house was haunted. Too bad it's not.
Too bad my ass.
Rumors are just rumors.
And sneezes are just sneezes. Ooh. Pardonnez-moi. Dun dun dun. Just, I love the fact she just got kind of wide-eyed there. It's like, holy shit! Why is it she only wears that shirt once? This is the only cutscene or any part of the game where she wears that shirt. I would rather her wear that than her normal outfit, which we're about to see. I am a sucker for button-up shirts on women. Like blouses and things like that. Oh my word. Woo! Want a prime example of that? Just have a look at Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite. Alright, this is familiar territory, isn't it? Woo! Now, much like Fatal Frame 2, this game runs at 30 frames per second. Fatal Frame 1 did run at 60, so, you know. And the controls have changed slightly. Triangle pulls up the camera this time around. And why am I pulling up the camera in this game? Number one rule of Fatal Frame 3, if you want to keep your pants from getting soiled, never pull up the camera unless there's a reason. Because stuff like that may happen and you had no part of it. And that's blocked off and there's a thing here. What's that? Who cares? Let's go! I'm drinking orange juice. Because it was in the fridge. So yeah. Woo! Can I take a picture of that? No. For one thing, I hit the wrong button, so never mind. It's been just long enough to where remembering that it's going to be triangle instead of circle and not R1. I'm just so used to R1 going into first person mode because of Metal Gear Solid. Like, dead serious. Metal Gear Solid has basically ruined the R1 button for me because that's my go-to sort of whoa! Well, you could take a picture of that. Click, click, take a pic. Damn it. Man, somebody needs to plug that. Oh! Alright. Man, I knew that was gonna happen. Damn howdy, I hope we come up here. This is a closet, isn't it? No, it's not. Woohoo! Come back! You bitch. This is probably an early opportunity to get a lot of points. I really need to take note of that.
Stay here. Forever.
Fortunately, R1 will still take a picture. That's gonna help. It's gonna help a lot. But I wonder what the special shot is. Is that gonna be L1 now? And I believe you can use the D-pad to change film in this one. Whew! So, thank the Lord for that. And now for a reference to a reference.
Wait! There's still something I need to say.
I'm pregnant! That's a reference to a YouTuber who was referencing MGS2, which I have played since I last saw his playthrough of it. Of this game, not MGS2. In fact, what's funny is this game does actually have, like, almost Metal Gear Solid-esque elements to it. Including looking way better than it should due to the console limitations. And here we have a woman who is literally topless but has so many tattoos it doesn't get the nudity rating. Which is fine by me. Well, that's not creepy at all. That looks incredibly painful. Well then. It's gonna be a rollicking good time.
Are you okay?
No!
Oh, it was nothing.
Which is girl talk for, oh, it's something. And saying that to another woman is fruitless. This scene right here actually has one of my favorite little just senses of detail. And You'll see it in just a second. When she pulls the photo out of the development fluid or whatever it's called. And since you're on YouTube, you can back it up and watch it again. But that right there, the way the water just... or the fluid just drips off of the photo. I love that. This game's biggest problem is the fact that it goes on a little too long and it drags on. It just drags on a bit too long. But, no, visually, it's one of the best looking games on the PS2. Fatal Frame 2 is gorgeous, but it's beautiful in a different way. This game may not have the art design, but boy, does it have the actual visuals. Visual fidelity over aesthetic, I should say. Woo! I feel really sorry for people in the PAL regions because they have the different titles. Fatal Frame 2 is the only one that actually has like the Fatal Frame font in like over in Europe. Which further makes it the best game in my opinion. Haunted? The sign! Where's Mel Brooks where you need him? Mel Brooks? Sorry, Mel Gibson, derp. There are some old chests and straw matting spread out on the floor. The drawers are shut tight and I can't open them. They must have swollen with moisture. Now that I actually have to play the game, my commentary is going to falter. There are some old chests on top. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Pardon me. Alright. I'm out of orange juice. Going to have to fix the lack of liquid situation in a bit. There's a chest against the wall of a passageway. There are some old candles and things inside. And none of it is useless. Or none of it is useful, sorry. You can select the item in the item menu to partially restore your health. If you've seen Fatal Frame 2, this game basically uses the same visual design and everything, with the exception of this nonsense. Which, by the way, you get to the menu from the start button this time instead of the triangle button, so that's fun. Which slightly more logical actually. But it's got very similar visual design, but we don't have the camera obscura yet, so it's not gonna, you can't really show it, but it doesn't have I don't like the menu design quite as much. It functions roughly the same. I just don't like it as much. Oh well, whoa, 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 whoa. Pull up the camera, take a little picture of the bitch. Alright. He had a big nose. Frickin' Squidward ghost. Okay. Now, remember your training. Actually, I think I know why they put it on the triangle button, because since you run forward with the square button, it's only, you can just roll your thumb onto the triangle button. So, I see why they did that from a design perspective or user friendliness, but yeah. What was this again? Bellflower. Had we continued long enough to get the Bellflower key, I probably would have remembered it, but never mind. And yeah, there seems to be some texture problems in this that weren't really there in 2, but you know, that such is the price of emulation. Hopefully, I'll remember to put some information up telling you how I'm running this. But since I don't exactly know where to go, I guess I'll just say it now. This game is being run on an emulator from the disc. I do own a physical copy of this game, and this is running from the disc in my hard drive. So yeah. This is essentially running it like it's a PS2. But, as a result, I'm able to run it in widescreen, and it's actually surpassing 1080p, like its internal rendering, which is why it looks so good! Also helps that I'm recording it in, like, 1080p. and at pretty high megabytes. Not using Fraps though, I'm using Shadowplay, so it's not as good as Fraps, but I don't have that kind of hard drive space. Okay, technical stuff is over. Let's continue with the game. As soon as the cutscene is over. Sound more like an announcer than a player right now. Ooh. Is the hand pushing the... Was it pushing the camera? I think that's the first time I've ever noticed what it was doing. It was like pushing the camera out. It's like, here you go, mistress. And it's not like you get a choice here. Fatal Frame 2 let you actually choose when to pick up the camera. Here it's like, screw you. It's an old-fashioned bellows camera. Some kind of occult markings are in chased metal cover the whole body. Still looks to be in good condition. There's some old-fashioned writing carved on the back. Camera obscura. Maybe that's the name of the camera. Basic functions and shoot instructions added to file. You can consult the file screen by choosing file from the start menu. Now, I don't know if it was said in this game or Fatal Frame 2 in one of the memos that we read at like the end, but there's actually several camera obscura in the universe of Fatal Frame. And I may have just read that on the wiki or something, but in universe there are multiple camera obscura. So like at the end of Fatal Frame 1 where Miku drops it and it breaks, that's not losing the only camera and then it just retcons. No, there's more than one camera. There's not a lot of them, but there's more than one camera, which might also explain the different viewfinder and UI designs and stuff like that. There's some dying equipment in the cupboard. Want to die? Well, go here. This black trunk has an old lock on it. Maybe old, but it's still locked tight. Like my legs! There's a small chest on top of a cupboard. Tried to lift the lid, but it's stuck on something and I can't get it open. Nothing important. This door is going to be locked. Oh, well, fuck me. Oh, I know it's coming up. Oh, boy. This is like the only... This was... I have a feeling that So, let's try that again. Real fart. I have a... Oh, man. I do deeply apologize for that. Holy crap, that was mismanaged. I do believe that some of this sort of following behind Ray... this sort of following camera is partially what inspired the camera angles in like the Fatal Frame 2 remake and Fatal Frame 5 and 4 and otherwise, which I don't like as much, but whatever. Peephole has been opened in the wall, sounds coming from there. You can peek through it because you're an idiot and you have a death wish and you want to have a heart attack. So let's go ahead and take the picture before it goes away. That way we can get the points. What the shit? There was something in my ear. There was something in my ear. Didn't like that very much. Okay. I don't remember that because last time I fucked up and okay, there's red. There's red. There's red. I'll put in my head. Oh, it's just her. Okay. Woo-wee. No names, no numbers, just a dirty old photo. I would love to. Where did you go? Did you just despawn into a kimono? What are you? Alright. Now, I do believe that's as much as we can do here, so let's just go back. And even... Holy fuck! I'm not used to this game yet. See, when Patrick and I were playing this, I think we only even slightly got startled once. And that was due to us both being an idiot, not paying attention, but... Here, oh no. Here. Maybe here. No, screw it. You know what I'm trying to say. This is gonna be a wild ride, because this genuinely is the scariest fucking game ever made. Like, fuck am I turning my lights off as well? It's bright as shit in here. I may be a man, but I'm not a manly man. So therefore, whatever. It's also bright. It's also really bright outside, so even if I did turn my lights off, it wouldn't matter. No, I've not seen him. If you're looking for old what's-his-face, he's still back at the Lost Village being looked for by his wife or girlfriend. That flashlight has far more polygons than it probably should. But I like it.
Where did he go?
Up yo ass! How it do, little girl? Alright. And if you're used to Fatal Frame 2, Yeah. If you're used to Fatal Frame 2, the following will be kind of surprising. Because, holy crap, did they bump up the visuals, visual design, and just how crazy ass the normal enemies are. Crazy ass! Holy shit. Alright. Close shot. Whoa! What the shit? Get out of my damn face, you crazy bitch! Holy fuck, I missed the shutter chance, you crazy hoe! My apologies to any and all female viewers, because there are things I say to fictional characters that I do not say to real people. 2 shots! Holy shit! Kiss my ass. Okay. I really need to blow my nose. Hold up. Okay. So let's go. Wake me up before you go. Alright, the filament is up, so therefore... How it do, feet? Try to get as many points as possible. That's what that was my motto in Fatal Frame 2, and that's going to be my motto here.
It's not my fault that I'm the only one that survived. I should have been taken. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. If I had just did RUs, I would have. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. So if I had died with everyone else.
Lip syncing is still unreliable at best.
Are you alright? Other one.
Never touch a crazy person. Ever. Which is why I'm single. That was more that was supposed to be self-deprecating, but it sounded more like an insult to everybody. Well, shit. When you see that, you run. So what are you doing just standing there? Pull out your camera. Take a picture of it. That's some creepy noises that I don't remember hearing. You know, if the cameraman hadn't decided to get a close-up on you, you'd still be able to see her. Oh, there she is. Run, girl, run. This house is not meant for you. Run, girl, run. They're trying to get you. Run, girl, run. Giving you a tattoo. Run, girl, run. Any day now.
Let me sleep forever.
Wouldn't that be a bitch if your life was ruined just because somebody touched your shoulder? Titties! Alrighty then. It was all just a dream. But that's not. Might want to go to the doctor, Ray. You know, these are pre-rendered cutscenes, but I'm pretty sure they're still using the in-game models. It's just they can do a lot more, like, post-processing with, pre-rendered.
Is everything okay?
No. I'm having lady pains, and you live in my house.
You've been having so many nightmares lately.
Exposition.
I'm fine.
But
I just had a bad dream.
That's putting it lightly. If I was having dreams where that was happening, and thank God it hasn't, then I'd wake up, poo myself, and then never sleep. Or I wouldn't sleep unless, I got knocked out, like, properly, like, hit in the head with a baseball bat. That way I wouldn't be dreaming because I'd have too much of a head injury to give a shit. Was it all just a dream? No. Anyway, I better get up. Congratulations. Now, I think it's L1 that does this. Okay. During the course of the game, when you find a new information, whatever, good going, brain, it will be recorded in the notebook. When there is a new entry in the notebook, the title will appear in the top right. You can access the notebook from the menu if you press the L1 button while the item name, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We're going to read these, then I'm going to stop the recording for a brief moment while I switch things over, which is common practice. Bruise appears. Ugh. I felt a sharp pain in my shoulders when I woke up. For a moment, I thought I could see some kind of bruise on my skin, but when I looked again, there was nothing there. Was it just a dream? Hopefully. The abandoned house! I wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went. About all I knew was that it was supposed to be haunted. What was behind the strange daydream vision I had in that house in the snow? Was I just worn out, still scarred by the accident? Or are the rumors true? Was he really there? If you look at that photo that's just on top, it looks like the Kiryu house from Fatal Frame 2. Manor of Sleep. Specifically, the Clock Hall. The ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back. The Manor of Sleep. The ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back after my vision on that assignment. Holy shit, this needs to be rewritten. Something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydreams, visions, maybe I'm just tired. You asshole! Yeah, we get to see the descendant of Dr. Asshole! My fiancé. He was an editor who worked on books of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. We met as students. He was the opposite of me in every way. Quiet and kind, like gently falling rain. Alrighty. Like a soft Oh, yeah. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. Whoop. Well, that's one way to do it. Anthropology. Whatever. Miku Hinasaki! Miku Hinasaki, younger sister of Yu's best friend. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. I haven't met her brother. You told me she had lost a relative in an accident. Yeah, an accident. Dumb dickhead. She helps me out in all kinds of ways, not just with work. She's cheerful and hardworking. If not for her, I don't know how I would have made it through after you passed away. Funny thing, Miku's kind of the fan favorite, sort of. I don't know. But, no, I absolutely hate the girl. I absolutely hate her. Like, I didn't care for her in the first game, and this game, she basically does a fuck all, but revel in the first game. And meaning that she doesn't... There's some character growth. I'm not going to completely discount that. But above all else, and spoiler alert, so if you don't want to hear a major plot, or not really a character spoil... I'm not going to spoil this game, but if you don't want to hear, you know, a plot spoiler for later games that relate back to Miku, just mute it. Mute the video until the red text disappears. But Miku's sort of obsession with finding her brother in the first game was a little bit better explained in Fatal Frame 5, in which it's revealed that she had a she married her dead brother and got pregnant. Not joking. During the final cutscene in this game, she's boning her brother. Apparently, canonically. And one of the characters you can play as in Fatal Frame 5 is her daughter, who was conceived from a brother-sister relationship. That makes Miku far more interesting, but in the wrong way entirely. So let's continue. Tattooed woman. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor, her whole body covered in a blue tattoo. She came closer and I ran away before I knew what was happening. Well, you didn't run fast or soon enough. All I remember is an intense fear. I can still feel her cold, stabbing fingers on the back of my shoulder where she touched me. It's hard to believe it was only a dream. Mother and daughter. The mother and child who appeared in my dream in old-fashioned kimonos. They were looking for someone, calling out in sad voices to him. Who could they be? Residents of the house. Anyway, so we're gonna start I do like this. Whenever you are, like, in this house, the pause menu changes slightly. It has a different background. Anyway, not the point. We're gonna stop the video for now and do something. Do a thing. I don't know. Can you pause it? Like, okay, that's how that works. Anyway. I'll be right back.